Hey everyone, this is John from YoungPatriots.com. The scandals engulfing Washington over the last month or two highlight one very important thing. And that is Barack Obama was right. America needs fundamental transformation, and it needs a lot of it. Despite everything, politicians continue to want to grow the size of Washington, regardless of the times that you live in, the scandals, or the economic times. The statist agenda is never ending and never stops. The more the plans fail, the more the planners plan. America is the greatest country in the world. But what made it great? Was it Washington? Was it the politicians? No. It was the American people. Your founding fathers were very smart. When they were drafting your Constitution, the first 3 words they put in it were "we the people." They could have put in "we the Congress," "we the President," or even "we the Supreme Court." But they knew that anything that was done in America to make it better had to be that involved the heart and soul of the American people. Now, one question I see asked of a lot of people, and I get asked regularly, is, "But John, I'm only one person. What can I do? What difference can I make?" Firstly, America has founding principles, and one of them is individualism. You're not a collective. You're not a masses. You're an individual, so you can make a great difference. But also, never before in the history of man has an individual had so many tools at his disposal to make a difference. Firstly, you have great news sites like CNS News, Breitbart, and Liberty Alliance, where not only can you get the news of the day, but you can get opinion pieces on the news and why things are right or wrong, or future ideas. You have social media like Facebook and Twitter, where you can share these stories and opinions. But also, you can discuss with your fellow man ideas on how to get America back on track. While these scandals are very worrying, there's a more worrying theme for me that we have seen and witnessed over a period of time. And that is the way politicians talk down to the American people, the way they address them and openly insult them. The great American people who have overcome everything from Nazism to communism, have conquered everything from the swamp to the stars, are now told what you need and not what your rights are. You're told you did not build that. And even more recently, you were told you're just simply not as fertile as the illegal immigrants. This needs to stop. But also, when you question Washington, or even people in Washington question other politicians, you're described as an ideologue, an extremist, or even a wacko bird. But why does Washington do this? It does it for a reason. You see, everybody in Washington and the establishment have a dirty little secret. And that secret is they can only function, they can only thrive and gather power for themselves as long as American people are divided. You see, despite all their power and their legislation and their regulation and their executive orders, they are no match for a united citizenry. And that is where each and every one of you can make a difference. You see, you have a weapon that is so powerful it even gives Barack Obama nightmares at night. And that weapon is your mouth. You see, you can talk to your friends and your family and your co-workers, your people at your church, even strangers. You can tell them what's going on. But more importantly, you can inspire them. You can unite them. Because the truth is, freedom and liberty know no race, no age, no creed. So if I may be so bold to ask, Every time you hear a politician speak down about the American people and America, I beg you to rise up. Stand up and say, no, America is the greatest country in the world. America has the greatest military in the world. America has contributed more to this world in such a short period of time than any other race known to man. Imagine a world without America, where things we take for granted today would no longer exist. Things like cars, technology, internet, even standard things like electricity. The American people did that. Also, a personal bugbear of mine, where politicians say the average American is greedy and only cares about his own self-worth. The next time you hear a politician say that, say no, you're wrong. Look at any disaster around the world, and who gives the most money? Who's the most generous? The American people are. You need to remind them of that. Now lastly, there's maybe some out there who are lacking in confidence, who feel this battle is just one step too far and cannot be won. To those I say this: look back on history, and not too far either. Look back at administrations and the Cold War. Administrations prior to Reagan admitted defeat. They said that America would have to accept some type of socialism. So even people came up with a great term called MADS, mutually assured destruction. But Reagan didn't conform with these ideas. Reagan believed the Cold War could be won. And he believed it because of two reasons. One, he believed in the power of freedom and liberty. He believed that unbridled freedom and liberty can overcome any obstacle. And I believe it can overcome this obstacle. But secondly, and more importantly, Reagan believed in his heart that left unchecked, the American people are capable of truly great and majestic things. This can be overcome. When you look at the history of America and all you've overcome, do you really think that you can't overcome this collective, utopian, totalitarian mindset? Really? You've overcome so much and you're going to fall at this little hurdle? Everything I've spoke about, together with that great American dream, where you can accomplish anything you want, is what I call the American spirit. And that American spirit is what separates you from the rest of the world. I'll leave you with this. I recently had the great honour of interviewing Jenny Beth Martin of Tea Party Patriots, and she said something that really struck at me. She said, if freedom can be extinguished in America, it can be extinguished anywhere. Now, while I agree with that, I, as a future immigrant, see things slightly different. I say, if freedom is extinguished in America, freedom will cease to exist, because the world needs America as a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, and a beacon of freedom. And that is where comes in the rub. And one important question which I urge you to ask yourself. I truly believe in my heart America's best days are yet to be written. Do you? Thank you for watching and your continued support of YoungPatriots.com. God bless.